It is a great Pacific Rugby League rivalry on show today as we welcome you to Parramatta Stadium. Sadly, the weather is not all that great. It's gloomy. There's been a lot of rain about and hardly the season for it. Most unexpected, this weather. It was nice and sunny and warm yesterday, suiting Tonga and Samoa. Today, the opposite. It will be Samoa to kick off. Running from left to right on your screens, Feleti Mateo, captain of Tonga. And we're underway. The great rivalry continues. It goes back centuries. Tonga and Samoa. And it is Mateo with the first touch. And Solomon are up there in defence. He is in the starting side, but a late jumper change. He's up in number 19. Last played with Parramatta here at the stadium back in 2003 as Waisili takes off, another Parramatta product that's playing for Tonga, 38 metres out from the Tongan line. And now Mateo into dummy half. They're going to go a little short side raid with Richie Faioso. When he's on song, few players run the ball harder than Faioso. The Newcastle Knight these days, loose ball and a cart, he got onto it. Now Mateo, and they go short this time. Paya will be the last of the Payers in the National Rugby League next year, with Lapini off to the Super League. Mickey at the Bulldogs, and Mateo now kicking. Already in that first set, you can see the responsibility on his shoulders. He finds green grass with a kick, but they've got them for a, forward pass, he calls it. Forward tap on from Richie Silverwood. So Samoa will come up with possession. But I think we've just seen a set of six where Mateo not only caught the kick-off, he went dummy half 3 times. He was first receiver on nearly every play. He took a hit up and then did the kick on the last.
Move! Hold!
So his job responsibility is large. And with Joseph Paulo now from the Panthers, and strong defence. Faioso over the top with Luaki. He hasn't had a haircut for a while, Ipalahama Luaki. And now Tony Pulatua. I still think he left the NRL a little early. 211 NRL games for the Panthers. And these days playing out of St Helens. The Samoans 5 metres short of halfway. Fafita got there in the tackle. Gets his rather large frame off Solomona. Now to the left side, and Roberts, a controlled low kick. And will find the line as well. So great composure about the first set of 6 from Samoa.
Yes, mate.
Shame about the conditions here today, but it hasn't dampened the enthusiasm of the fans. They were here very early before kick-off. Out the sides of Parramatta Stadium here, there were tents and barbecues going on, lots of celebrations. The Tongan and Samoan fans will...
Just a metre away from the line. Paya, dummy half. They'll try a run through the centre. Fafita is held up. And then off the face is the call there against Masada Yosefa. Put a little headlock on. Now Paya tries to kick again. It was knocked out for Faioso was through. But Silverwood says not played at. So Samoa, that's pretty good. Back-to-back sets defending their line.
It's good defence. They threw at them, plenty at them there, Tonga.
Lost by Samoa, but backwards the call, and Pulatua's onto it.
Point at the ball.
But they're under assault at the moment. There's no doubt the Tongan side have their tails up here.
0. 1.
And now Piscini held. Big raps from Nigel Vunganar for that young winger on the right-hand side, looking to impress today. He doesn't have an NRL or Super League contract. Now another error from Samoa. This one from Joseph Paulo. Tongans come running in from everywhere to get a bit of man love, and they're going to have a scrum feed 20 metres out. They're definitely on top. It's just a matter whether they can post first points.
Well, Samoa will do well to hold them out here. This will be about their 4th set of 6 defending in their own half in a short space of time. They've had very little possession.
Heads in. Okay, mate.
Tackle was a classic from Feleti Mateo around the legs. Tackle Steve Menzies would have been happy of. And now out for Sione Tongia, out the centres for Tonga. Just on the 2 centres, Lausi 102 kilos, Tongia 110.
Off the face.
As the penalty goes to Tonga, 20 metres out from the line, all pressure. It's all building on Samoa, the men in blue and white. And Paya finds the line 9 metres out. So here we go for the Tongans again. looking for first points. Epilahamiluaki takes the first hit up. He's only 3 from the line.
You love that, don't you?
I loved it when he played for the Warriors, and he's back here today for Tonga. Paya with a little drop and a step. He's only a minute away. Paya's over. Well, he stretched out. It might have come down short. They want to check with a video referee.
Check the grounding, please.
But Eddie Paya, there's so much size out there with the Tongan side, and probably their smallest man may have got over.
Yeah, trickle-toed his way into the end goal here, and if you go by the Tongan fans behind the goalpost at the northern end of the ground, he has slammed this down. He's obscured from our vision. Here it is. Oh!
He's short. He's short in height, and he's short of the line.
Let's have another look. Any part of it get a piece of the line, it's a try. Any part of it. You would need goalpost cam to determine whether or not the white line has been touched. Let's have a look here. Goalpost cam can't tell us anything. That's corner post cam.
Well, the King, can you give us a decision? Your worship.
I'll turn it up. It did appear as though it was just a little bit short. Gee, what's going to be the decision here, though, Gus? Once the ball's on the ground, effectively it should be a tackle, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
Obviously, the Samoan defenders came in to try and kick the ball free. How does it restart?
Good call.
I think he gives him a try. I honestly think they give him a try.
Is it going to the screen?
Yeah, I do.
Nah, you've been out in the sun too long since the end of the season, Gus. Up in Townsville or wherever you've been. No try, the call. But I think Wally makes a good point. See, they're saying knock on, but when he planted the ball down, that is the completion of the tackle. Then he lost it.
Yeah.
I think Wally's point's right. It should be Tonga held with a tackle, I think, up their sleeve.
Or a penalty.
Certainly can't.
Nevertheless, it's only a blade of grass, isn't it? I'd have given him the try.
You certainly can't blame the defender either. He's doing his level best to try and make sure that 4 points weren't added to the Tongan toll.
I was a great supporter of your rule book, Gus, but there's some funny ones creeping in that you would have just given that a try. So suddenly, the fabric of which the game has been built on, you have to either put it on the line or over, now doesn't count.
My rule book has bigger lines.
Well, let's not have a line. Let's not have a line. Let's just have a space. And you get it in the vicinity. And so Samoa with the ball, and it's been a while since they've come up to the southern end of the ground. Been domiciled in their own half in the early stages here. Paulo, they've got an overlap on the right-hand side, but can't get the ball out there. Tafua dribbles it out, and they're able to keep it going. Solomon around on the right-hand side. He has got a turn of speed, David Solomon, although he's looking a little bigger today. The jumper, I mean, he takes a large jumper, but he's got the 7X model on today. It's a dress.
It's not a flattering cut.
Edu Waiselli is back with the ball. There he is, David Solomon. These days of body-hugging polyester, he's got a potato sack. It's huge. So Tonga back with the ball, and this is Tuanavai, and well met front on there by Harrison Hansen, young man who plays for Wigan these days, the championship club in the Super League. That was a nice tackle. Samoa now a chance to dish out a bit of punishment, if not with the ball, but in defence. Mateo's kick from inside the 30 is out of the full. Pendulum swings and it goes Samoa's way.
Well, now it's their turn to apply a little bit of pressure. They did very well at their own end of the field not to concede points. They got it up the other end and they've forced the error from Mateo. Went for a little bit too much. He was thinking 40-20. The ball just swings away left out over the touchline on the full. John Hopewadi helping out with the troops.
Yeah, with the Tongan side, Solomon Amono also involved with them, and we've mentioned Israel Folau.
Heads in, boys, form the scrum. Stay close.
Scrum is 29 metres out. They've stacked the left-hand side. That is the way they come, with Roberts goes out the back for Lalu Tongane. And he plays in the Queensland Cup with the South Logan Club. Getting a start here, 21 metres away from the line. Oh, gee, they went for the big shot. Would have been the first big one of the day. Leo Latu moved up. He's been hurt in trying to effect the tackle. Samoa 15 metres out from the line, but the hooker is Dusty for Tonga. Now Roberts 10 metres away. Left foot kick should be coming up. It is. Nice play by Tuanavai. to shut it down for Tonga. But we expected plenty of big hits. I didn't know whether it'd be the hooker that would provide the first real good shot today, but here it is. Up he went. Tried to get him with his right bicep, more or less there, Wally.
Boy, I think he's going to take a little while to get over that. That's a very, very powerful bit of contact he's come up with there. Might discourage himself from trying it next time.
Well, he's back in the play now, and Ruaki will take a run. And into the clutches there of Pulatua. Davida Leolatu left the Australian game in controversial circumstances from the Sharks, but has since made a home at Wakefield in the Super League. Kick, you can see the damp conditions there, real skid on the bounce there to Tongane, the fullback for Samoa. And up to halfway, he's able to come. Tackled by Fafita. Now the ball with Piscini. No, Nigel Bunganar's raps on this young bloke. Thinks he's a tremendous athlete and just needs an opportunity. Now the ball with Tafua. Nice footwork. Tafua and Fayoso come head-to-head. Newcastle teammates here today in this international. Solomona working the right-hand side. We know he's got a good offload. He could try the old up-the-jumper trick today. Solomona, that may work for him. Got a net. Across to Roberts, then on with Tongane, kept going now for Carmon. Carmon, nice play, but put down by Francis Millie. So 13 minutes gone and no score here at Parramatta Stadium.
Good work.
Samoa an opportunity, but Millie putting it down. He had his great times with the Warriors there
Quicker in the road, David.
some years back. Remember him in a final series at the showground, having a real night out. Now 31 years of age.
Ball in.
Been with St Helens since 2006. And time flies. So Tonga back in possession. 14 minutes gone and no score here at Parramatta.
Hold!
Carmod up there in defence. The Tongans will look to come out of trouble and just wrap the ball, tuck it under the wing here. Don't want another mistake. Now Lousi gets into dummy half. You can't really call him the little brother of the young man we saw on Grand Final Day in the Toyota Cup. But boy, oh boy, you wouldn't like to be feeding him, the Lousi family. They'll get a penalty here, Tonga. In fact, Sione Lousi's been injured in the tackle.
Too long.
Tafua was penalised, so to Yosefa. And Tonga will start 40 metres out from the line. Epilatu Noake takes the charge. Knocks over 2 10 pins in Witherspoon and Solomona. Nice play, and now Loaki disentangles himself 30 metres out from the line. Fayoso! He's knocked down. The 10 pin gets his revenge. Solomona. And now Leolatu, and then Lousi is smashed. Well, what's happened here? Lousi is hammered by Frank Winterstein. You've just seen the Pacific Island greatest hits, a new CD in the last 30 seconds.
They love the collision. And the crowd is right into this. Look at this. Kabang! Into each other. Who comes off best? They don't care. So Solomon says, get this into you. And down goes Fayoso. Then on the next play, they go to the short side and they get smashed again. Islander football. They love the collision.
Happy to be up here, Wally.
Heads in.
Very comfortable in this chair.
Come on, mate. Heads in.
Very comfortable.
Come on. Let's go.
Ride's a wonderful thing, isn't it?
Out.
So Samoa from the scrum win, 15 metres out from their own line. Roberts has looked dangerous every time he's touched the ball today. He almost ran out of space there as he skirted across field. And this time Samoa will get a penalty.
You can't still be hold of him.
Ben Roberts today playing his fourth test for Samoa. He has played 5 tests for New Zealand as well. It's a terrible play the ball, but Paya was the man penalised. This is a little shot window for Eddie Paya today, the Tongan halfback. He's been lost to the National Rugby League, playing his trade with North Sydney, but seems a long way off first grade, Eddie Paya. So maybe today he can still show his skills.
Well, he came in with plenty of reps on him, didn't he? He had a stellar junior representative career.
I spoke to you about it earlier, around the head.
made his way into first grade. Didn't quite kick on from there. But, you know, it's never too late.
Well, his first year in first grade, New Zealand were prepared to call him up for a British tour. And you think, you know, you're young bloke, you're suddenly international footy's there, things are really going to kick on. Kicked it and find the line, and Akati latched onto it for Tonga. Atili Akati. And that is a let-off for the Tongans, and now they get a penalty, so that's a disaster for Samoa. Should have found touch, should have been on the attack 35 metres out. Instead, will be defending inside their own half.
I think if this referee wants to be a stickler for the rules, there'll be a penalty on every play of the ball. I mean, these fellas aren't too much worried about the rules. They just want to get at each other. I think it'd take a special type of referee to referee one of these clashes and get it right.
That's a fair point. 7 penalties so far in the contest as Lousy takes off, tries a fend there on Wittgenstein. And you talk about your schoolboy stars. Frank Wittgenstein was just that. But he's now playing out of the Celtic Crusaders. Lousy got up, putting a push on Josh Maguire, who's gone out there for Samoa, looking to have an impact. Now Waiselli off a Mateo pass. And Waiselli is well and truly contained in the tackle. Tonga, 15 metres out, try a kick, came off legs. Samoa will come up with possession.
Well, the aggression that's out there, it's a human panel beating shop at the moment. Got any problem, needs fixing, just run into one of the defenders. It'll move you back into shape. The aggression out here is absolutely fantastic. Bang. Take that. There's more coming.
Yeah, he's shown he's got pretty good technique, Harrison Hanson, where others are just going for a big bump. He's just got good, hard tackling technique, the second row for Samoa. And they've got another high shot now. It's
You're on the head.
It's not hard to do a high tackle when some of these blokes are around 7.5 foot tall on blokes that are 5 foot. It can happen.
Look, technique's not the order of the day out there for the players. They're just happy to be wearing their national colours and want to rip into each other. Like I said, if the referee wants to get finicky, he'll stop starting this game. I'd just rather let them see them get at each other. They don't care about the rules. They just want it to be fair.
8 penalties in 19 minutes. I think that made sense, Gus. I'm not quite sure. I'm not going to argue with you.
Well, they just want an even fight. They're
All right.
They're not too worried about the rules.
Here's Josh Maguire. He comes in for a bit of punishment there, 42 metres out from the line. And wanted a quick play the ball. They work the right-hand side. Solomona running a little closer to the ruck this time. There's one of his offloads that he's so good at doing. Roberts now wants a man inside, goes to the outside, but Epilahami Luaki having none of that. 38 metres away from the Tongan line. Samoa looking to put a bit of footy together. Carmon's lost the ball there. Poor old Georgie Carmon spilled his lollies, and Tonga will get a scrum feed. He's had a great year, George Carmon, though, playing in the Wigan Premiership winning team in the Super League. Things have all come late for him in his career, 32 years of age now, and he gets a grand final victory.
Listen to the calls in the rooks.
Made his debut with the Knights back in 2004 at age 26.
That's it.
So rugby league has been good to him. And from the scrum, Lousy has the ball. They've got some big boys to call in off the bench, Tonga. 3 of the players on the bench, Moa, Alavili and Vave, are over 110 kilos. So I don't think there's going to be any let-up to the big hits. In fact, they've sent out Sam Moa now. You'll see him shortly. And he's built like a brick, you know what. Here's Fafita, just short of halfway.
He doesn't look like he's going to run around anyone. He's more likely to run over the top of them. Here he's lining up for his first run.
Sam Moa wearing 15 for Tonga. Doesn't get the ball there, but bouncing away was Tuanavai. And Carmon in the wrestle on the tackle with Roberts just inside the Samoan half. It comes back for Paya. Mateo did well in evading Solomona when he received the ball on halfway. And again, the ball is slowed down. Fayoso. Paya will have to kick and places it to the corner. It's a pretty good one, and it finds the line. That was a last option or a last resort once Mateo got caught in possession on the 5th tackle, but Paya did very well, but still no score. 21.5 minutes gone here at Parramatta Stadium. Plenty of rain about. in the west of Sydney, sadly for this one today.
This next set, hold the 10.
22 gone, no score.
Hold the 10, next set.
Tonga have probably had the greater opportunity. One disallowed try to halfback Eddie Paya.
Okay, let's go. That's it.
Bit of drop ball, but that was expected given the conditions and given the ferocity of the defence. So Samoa in possession, 15 metres out from their own line, and this time Lousy concedes the penalty, although I think Francis Melly played up to it big time. Francis Melly was moving around like he was being trapped by a huge boulder, but Mateo now will get the captain's caution.
Okay. Same goes, applies to you. That's 4 penalties. We need to tidy it up. Speak to your players, please, okay?
Now it's obviously the warning mark. As soon as you get to 4 penalties, and a distress message out.
I think we just take the whistle off the referee and let them play.
Solomona is held up 5 metres short of halfway. And now with Yosefa infield they come for Joseph Paulo.
See, if I was refereeing this game, I wouldn't have had cause to blow my whistle yet.
No, but you don't want a referee, so that's
yeah,
a hypothetical.
I'm here to entertain the crowd. They came to watch the football, not watch me referee.
Well, ball will be played here by Samoa, 45 metres out. And Maguire, you won't want to pull up when you get to the defence there. And there was a little sign of that. Leolatu and Paya all over him there. Across with Peter Godinet to kick. He found a little bit of space, but Accardi is across to it. So Atili Accardi will run. He's headed back towards his own goal line. He's going to back himself, Accardi, and his run comes to an end at the hands of Harrison Hanson.
That's a good play. I think the team that starts to kick a little bit more here could get the advantage pretty quickly, because at the moment it's just slather and whack in the middle part of the field, and you can turn your opposition around and get them working back to get the ball. That might just take the energy out of them.
Ball with Akuma Ta'ai here. He's been playing 20 games this year for the Warriors. Only started 4 of them. Penalty goes the way Tonga. So I don't know how long this is kept up, but surely we can't have another caution of any kind. I mean, we just have to get on with it now. And Paya makes sure of it with his kick for line. 32 metres out from the Tongan line.
Wait.
They will start this set of 6 with Lousy to take the run up. And Lousy 5 metres short of halfway. He's going to prove a handful for any defence. Leolatu, they've got Alavili out there now as well. This is that man Moa who we mentioned earlier. He will look to run straight over the top. He is bowling more dimensions as they go right side. And now Paya off a pass from Eddie Paya, Eddie to Mickey, no relation there. Mateo, 35 metres out, good ball, almost offloaded by Ta'ai. It's cut loose, scooped up there by Tongia. And they get a little closer to the Samoan line, now 22 metres out. And with a couple of tackles left in this set, Mateo, Eddie Paya goes inside, Ronnie Alavili is onto it. And Alavili is through one side. 5 minutes from the line. Good first touch from Ronnie Alovili. Almost lost the shots. There they go, Fayoso! There is no harder runner in the game when he's fired up. Richie Fayoso has opened the scoring for Tonga. They lead 4-0. But if Fayoso had to run through a brick wall, he would do it without question.
Well, you got the feeling that's the way the first try would come. They've been at each other physically, these two sides. This is a terrific run from Ronnie Alavili. And it sets it up here for the dummy half to fire a bullet-like pass to Fayoso, who hits the hole, charges towards the referee. Not a bad tactic. The defence line a little thin there, and just muscles his way across the line for the opening score. Eddie Paya for the conversion. And 6-0 lead to Tonga, who I must say have looked the better of the teams up to this point in time.
So successful. Tonga have the lead here in this big clash. Samoa and Tonga. It is 6-0, 27 gone.
And we'll see a handy change being made by the Samoan team as well. Ali Lauatiti making his way onto the park. What a talented footballer this bloke was throughout the course of his career.
Yeah, look.
Arguably the world's best forward for a couple of years.
Well, yeah, on his day, Ali Lauatiti, unstoppable, remarkable skill factor, beautiful hands, just a wonderful player. And I don't know what happened at the Warriors, and he had a falling out there and ended up leaving mid-season. But great shame for the NRL, but a great boost for the Super League in England. As now Tonga come up with an error. And none too pleased about it is the try scorer, Richie Faoso. Chance for Samoa to return serve. There he is, Ali Lauatiti.
Nice and easy, boys.
I can remember the day he announced he was going to England. I was very sad about it because even though you say he was the best second rower at the world at that time, he still had so much potential in front of him. I was looking forward to his career develop to enormous stature. He's virtually been out of sight, out of mind over there for mine. Great shame.
Last played a test for New Zealand way back in 2006 as Samoa attacked with their fullback Lalu Tongane, only 15 away. It looks like that try has really stung them into action here as Maguire takes another hit. He's under assault today, the young Brisbane front rower. He's getting battered and bruised out there since coming on. Got a net, left side play, Roberts keeps it going, now with Lauatiti. Come on, does the same, Francis Melly brushed away from Paya. But plenty of Tongan troops across to stop him getting any further. Ball again with Lauatiti. Defence up quickly. Can't offload there. They will play it 10 metres out. Tackle number 4 for Samoa. Trailing by 6 points to 0. Ben Roberts. High ball there. Way over the head of Godanet. They lose plenty of ground. Still on tackle 4. Out wider for Konmika. The Knight. He got it away and put down by Passini. And not really one you want to see on the highlights reel, that passage for Samoa.
Yeah, but put it down to some very enthusiastic defence there from Tonga. They were stretched on the right-hand side, but scrambled across and stopped the try. And then the next 2 plays, they regrouped and raced up very quickly to put pressure on. They're coming forward. When the ball goes loose, look how as a line they advance forward, keep their formation. They're able to apply the pressure and force the error.
Okay, lock in, back 3.
So Tonga scrum feed, 22 metres out. That's Siavabe getting ready to come on for Tonga.
Tonga coached by Charlie Tonga. Big Charlie Tonga, remember him. Samoa coached by Steve Price, who was a lower grade coach with the Dragons. Many believe he has great potential as a coach too.
Siavabe to play it there for Tonga. 40 metres out from the line. And they've got that 6-0 advantage, but still 9.5 minutes remaining in the first half as Avabe gets his first touch. Young Shark, 14 games for Cronulla this year in the NRL. Now Leo Latu, and this is aggressive running. Ta'ai looking to back in and then offload and stand on his feet. Kuma Ta'ai, and then lost at the finish. They'll say strip. You hear the appeal from Samoa saying he lost the ball. A loose carry. It's not the way Mr. Silverwood saw it.
Samoa looking a little tired too. It'll be a good opportunity here for Tonga to put a gap in this game. They lead by 6. Big chance here.
Samoa takes the first one. 10 metres away from the Samoan line. Leolatu, a dummy half. Paya, they go inside this time to Ta'ai. He's able to offload Leolatu. He's just a metre away from the line. And he has lost it.
He's getting his hands all over it.
So this time it's Tonga complaining. And again, referee Silverwood disagrees and says, I'll have it my way. And Samoa will be the beneficiaries with a scrum feed 10 metres out.
That's a bit of a momentum killer there, isn't it? Looking dangerous. Good offload. It was Ali Lauatiti that came up with a try saver.
Okay, let's go.
And he strips it out the back. Good on you, Ali. That's the way.
Well, that's probably the most blatant penalty we've seen in the game so far today, but missed.
Yeah, well, that's the gamesmanship of it all. He took a risk and he came away with the result.
So Samoa winning that scrum. And they'll still be under pressure though, mind you. 10 metres out from their line, having to bring it out of trouble. And it was Mika who got a loose ball away, and their football is pretty loose at the moment. Passini almost lost the upper part of his body. It wasn't a headshot, it was sternum, but it almost cut him. Now the ball, they've got a chance to run. Come on! He's over the 40. Francis Melly. He's up to halfway. He's still able to offload. If they come to the right, it was on again. Solomon will play it 5 minutes short of halfway. Now along with Roberts onto Maguire. They need to shift the ball. He doesn't do it, Maguire. He thought he could make some metres himself, but he had men on his outside. And now they will kick short of the last tackle. They've placed it, but I'm not sure whether Waiselli would be too keen to play it. He has to. And Waiselli is tackled just 4 metres out from his own line. How Samoa would love a Tongan error here. This is Okati. He does seem to love running across field. Okati is carted back in goal and then has lost the ball, and Samoa claim a try. Well, Atili Okati, his first movement, his first motion, every run today has been across field. And this time he may have paid quite a price, because Masada Yosefa was on the spot to maybe score.
Well, I don't know about you, Bossy, but this is enjoyable stuff. Just look at the way they're zeroing in here and pushing and shoving. The ball's come loose. It's hard to know whether or not it was stripped or came out just through a fumble. Bang! Get that into you, get that into you. And again, pick him up, drive him back. And somehow the ball comes out of the back of all that. And Yosefa dives on it and claims the try.
Yeah, Lousie's close to grounding at 2 here for Tonga. Again, we'll go to the King. He can decide.
Just wondering whether Lousie actually was the man that pulled the ball out at one stage.
Well, I think he's just let it go. I think he's let it go. I don't think they've pulled it out. They had the arms there. There it is underneath Yosefa. Well, the answer's a pineapple. I'd give him a try.
That's true.
He's just lost it, so there's no strip.
Well, they pulled every part of Akati there, including his shorts. He's in a bit of trouble there, Akati. It's pretty hard to win when you've got about 480 kilos of Samoan on top of you. And you're just a little winger who plies his trade at Fassifern for 7 months of the footy season.
See, I would just give the try and level it up and let's start again. Bang! Bang! Pick him up, run him back, lost the ball, it pops down, Yosefa falls on, you can't score with your groin, but he does get his hand on it eventually.
But probably in your rule book you can. But the decision is pending.
Yes, mate.
Video ref Stephen Clark. He's got a big one to make here. Close to half-time. Could go either way. He says try. And BOTD, benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, that's a fair enough decision. That's a fair enough decision. Ball lost over the line, fallen on by the Samoan player. That's a try.
So Roberts will look to level up here for Samoa. Bulldogs 5'8", and a cousin of Timmy Cahill, who wears the blue of Everton. And Roberts' kick is just sprayed wide. Never looked like getting there. So 6-4. Tonga lead Samoa, and Masada Yosefa, the Samoan try scorer. So 6-4. Coming up to half-time. Still over 5 minutes remaining. That's plenty of time for points to be posted. And Peter, the halfback. He was in trouble there. Peter got in it. He just moved out of the way at the right time. Now Maguire into the hold there of Mateo and Lousie. Watch it again, a little halfback. Good time to step.
Sometimes a sidestep is just a good attacking ploy. Sometimes it's used simply to get out of the way of a fellow that has full intention to break you in half.
Now the ball with Harrison Hansen. He's got something, this Harrison Hansen. Didn't play a lot of the top-graded Wigan this year, but you know that is a team winning the competition, and he's been a contributor. Another good kick from Samoa. In fact, a pretty good set. And now Akati's got to run straight. He can't run across field. Well done, Atili Akati. He changed his game plan there. Now with Sione Lassie.
Well, it's those last 2 or 3 kicks that have really brought Samoa back into this. Tonga were going by far the better, but just that ability to turn them around and make Tonga work all the way back to get the ball has taken the wind out of their sails a little.
Ooh, tackle over the top, and it's Maguire who will be penalised here. To the Tongan player's credit, he's straight to his feet. Sione Tongia, but Josh Maguire gets him across here. Just bicep into the face.
Must complete.
And a penalty the way of Tonga. With 3.5 to go, first half. Sione Lassie. You've always said Jamal Idris is the biggest human you've seen, Gus. You've now seen Sione Lassie and his brother. There's a forward pass and called that way to Vave. But I think Idris has got a few mates on the planet, the big guy planet.
There are some big dudes around. His brother is a big, big man. He's only a baby too.
I saw that the young player again, Licky, play for the junior Kiwis who Newcastle have signed.
Exciting.
I mean, he's got first grade written all over him.
Exciting.
Tonga, Licky, and Junior Sal in good form for New Zealand, but I think they've got to find a place for the kid right from the get-go if he has a good off-season. So Samoa in possession. Shame that the Warriors had to lose him. But they've got the Lassie brothers. Here's Roberts, and he's able to offload. So looking to cause some troubles down the left side where Lauatiti is possession, and then, well, he's lost the ball. Ali Lauatiti. That's a bit of the football gods, Gus. A little bit of karma for his strip down the other end. He's now lost the ball.
Lost it clean there.
What's his background, Licky? What?
Tonga Licky. Warriors Toyota Cup.
Now, what's his?
Let's go.
What nationality is he?
Okay.
Well, they can basically play for a lot these days, can't they? He'll have to decide, but I think he'll be New Zealand. I think at this stage he's New Zealand, otherwise we'd probably be seeing him here. He is playing for the junior Kiwis. But such is the way that down the track you may declare yourself eligible for Cook Islands, Samoa, Tonga.
I was just in Hawaii and they've got the Licky Highway, that's all. I thought that.
Right, well, if the Hawaiians ever have a team, I'll remember that. He has played for Tonga, Licky. But I think given a crack, if I think New Zealand would be the first point of call if they come knocking on the door.
That's in.
So 30 metres out from the line, and Samoa with Roberts, and he goes short to Carmont. He's got Melly on his outside, gets it to him, now back inside Francis Melly. And Melly wrapped up 15 metres out from the line. Still remember a hit Francis Melly did on Carmichael Hunstable up at Suncorp Stadium some years back. It was an amazing tackle. And a penalty will go the way of Samoa here. Well, you've got to say Tonga have been the better side in this first half, but they may find themselves down come the break. With Samoa a chance, 90 seconds out from half-time. Roberts on to Godanet. There is support, it's into the hands of Pasini. Pasini clubs. And somehow stays in from the touchline.
That's great defence. They came from everywhere to save that.
They cover the width of the field. Now Widdowstone, he's lost the ball. So chance gone for Samoa, although they're going to say scrum feed Samoa. Knocked down by Tonga. And the Samoans will look to stop the clock. An international rule that all you got to do is form and then you can break and the clock stays off. We don't go through that facade that we have in the NRL.
Yeah, there's 3 or 4 different sets of rules depending on which competitions you're playing around the world, but on this particular instance, this is a better interpretation. And
Let's go. That's in.
Samoa have got 39 seconds to come up with a try.
And untidy scrum, but Richie Silverwood wants it again.
Time off. Keep your feet back, you can't strike for the ball. Keep your feet back. Okay. Yeah, heads in. Stand back on. Out.
Scrum win 10 metres out from the line. Roberts across. Goes out the back. And Tongane is with the ball. He tries to put a little step on Sione Tongia. But Tongane is tackled by Tongia, the Tongan centre. And now the ball with Lauatiti. He's only 3 metres from the line. Good defence over the top. And that's Lousy, the left centre, over on the right-hand side. Penalty to Samoa for a swinging arm. Right on the break. Do you go the try play or take the shot at goal?
I think they'll take the shot at goal now. They've had a few opportunities to get across the line, and Lauatiti, I think he hurt himself there where he stretched off that knee. He got up a little bit dusty, but I'm sure that Roberts will take the kick for goal now and try and level it up in what's been a very entertaining first 40 minutes.
Tongans are on his back. Samoans will look to blow it over. The shot is there. And we go to half-time with a 6-all scoreline. Plenty of big shots, some errors, plenty of penalties. But there is high hopes of an entertaining second half here at Parramatta Stadium. The opening cry came after 26 minutes to Richie Faoso. A hard charge at the line after a good run from Ronnie Alovili. That was converted by Eddie Paya. That was the 6-0 lead for Tonga. And the Samoan try after an error in goal from their young winger Atili Akati. And Masada Yosefa was able to dive on the ball, and then that penalty goal right on half-time to the halfback Godinet gives us a 6-all scoreline. Just saw Fafita already in the dressing room. Hopefully he's okay to come back in the second half. So we will take a break from Parramatta Stadium. The great rivalry will continue after this. Samoa and Tonga, 6-all. Stay with us. So ready to go for the second half. Saw the bandage head of Terence Siu, and it will be Eddie Paya to get us back underway. 6-all scoreline, second half of Tonga versus Samoa here at Parramatta Stadium. And Josh Maguire with the run back for Samoa. And of all the players that have been hit in big tackles today, I reckon Maguire is on the wrong end of about 7 smashes today.
Move! Hold!
Well, they've lined him up. Oh, look at that.
Samoa, and that's a good point. Samoa's playing for Tonga. Just a little trivial point to make about the Tongan number 15.
Sam, S-A-M, Moa, M-O-A, Samoa.
That's what I'm saying.
He's playing for Tonga.
Away goes Terence Siu with a kick from on the 40-metre line. Wasn't deep. Fielded there by Akati. And Akati too has smashed it. Well, he's had a tough day, Atili Akati. I don't know whether he'll go back to Fassifern tonight or not, but he'll have a story to tell.
Well, I think next time he picks it up, he just kicks it.
Oh, and there he fell into the tackle there. Tuanavai for Tongi. Tuanavai. There's now Mateo inside the half and links up with Lousy. And Lousy is 40 metres away from the Samoan line. Boots flying around. One boot came flying out there from Lousy. He's lost it. But Tonga now 28 metres away from the line. Alavili to play it. He's had trouble with his short since he came on. Alavili. Paya. He's put a bit of pressure on Tongane. He does well, Tongane, and then just ran into the back of the man getting through Akuma Ta'ai. But the main thing is Samoa back in possession and looking to work their way to trouble. Plenty physical, these early tackles to start the second half. Samoa, dead set, looks like a professional wrestler out there at the moment. He's getting all over them. Played by the Samoan side, getting out of their own 20 now. And this time it's with Pulatua. Been a real dominant player in this game so far, Tony Pulatua, but we do know from his Penrith days that his right side charges the damage he can do. Deep kick covered up here by Waiseli. Etu Waiseli to bring it back. Running a little straighter than his winger. It was a good chase too by the Samoans. So Tonga start a set outside their 20. Now to Anavai.
Don't they zero in? There's no thought of self-preservation out here.
There's a lot of energy being used up early in their second half. Eli Tafao is currently the dummy half. He is definitely the smallest man out there for Tonga. Wearing 14. Here he is, sending them short side with Mateo. And looking to pick off the Samoan defence down the blind side. Last tackle for the Tongans. And it was an untidy play, the ball. It is the last tackle. Mateo in possession. And is going to be caught. That's a disappointing end for the Tongans there. They had a chance to try another attacking kick, and now a penalty.
Now this is for mouthing off, I think, from Feleti Mateo, who is claiming that he didn't hear it was a fifth tackle. He mistook the tackle count.
You can't talk to him like that. Ask him. No, not like that.
And we had one more. So someone got their counting wrong.
Captain of Tonga, Feleti Mateo, 7th text today for the Tongans.
Wait.
And it's an argument we had at half time, but it shouldn't prevent him from playing Origin down the track if he wanted to. I mean, he's played all his junior footy in Sydney and Parramatta, and played with the Eels. Then he's off to the Warriors next year. He should be admired and credited for the work he's doing in skippering Tonga.
Absolutely. That goes for all players playing in NRL or Super League or wherever. It shouldn't affect your qualifications of playing for the major nations if you go back and help the emerging country.
See you to play it, 21 metres out from the line for the Samoans as they come back left with Roberts. He goes short this time, and Hansen was there running that outside in line, but held up in the tackle of Fayoso. Now see you to Roberts. He's going to kick. He's going to kick. It's a good one. The kick was from Melly. It's going to be line ball this one. Did Melly get to it first? Did the dead ball line beat them all? But Francis Melly's got up, not giving too much away.
No, we'll have to go to the in-goal cameras to get this one. He's onside, so there's no problem there. And we've got a similar view to this angle. We won't see whether or not he's grounded it inside the dead ball line. The ball seemed to skew away very, very quickly. It'd be very well if he's got his hands to this. He's let it go. It's over. It looked like the ball had skewed away too quickly.
Credit to Anavai here, Gus.
Yeah.
He's done well to turn and get back.
I think he's being a little ambitious to think it's going to be a 20-metre tap. I thought maybe the Tongan player had forced it dead.
And no try, and will be a 20-metre restart. So well done for Tongi to Anavai to put adequate pressure on Francis Melly there. Francis Melly's got a big scrapbook of what he's achieved in rugby league, but not so for Tongi Tuanavai. He did well, did extremely well, saved his team a try.
Comes from the Auckland Vulcans.
Ball came loose, and Tonga have come up with an error inside their own half. And a little tap on the head for Sione Tongia. And as is the protocol in rugby league after an error these days, everyone rushes in, pats them on the back, shakes hands, acknowledges the crowd. And Samoa will get a scrum feed.
All errors are there to be celebrated, just like tries and great plays.
You following this, Wally?
Very closely indeed.
There's a new breed of footballer.
Yeah.
We celebrate everything.
I think Gus may have mowed the lawn yesterday and got a bit close to the stuff in the catcher.
Okay, ball in. Out!
Here's the Samoans with Godinet. Socks down, tackle 38 metres out from the Tongan line. Now see you. On it comes Maguire, and again they come rushing up in on him. Moa came in from right side when he appeared to be held. But that won't stop Maguire. He'll have another crack shortly. Here's Pulatua. He's 19 metres away from the Tongan line. 6-all the score here between these wonderful rivals. See you! Oh, they got him by the sock. Good tackle from Waiseli. Out the back for Roberts. Roberts got away from Ta'ai. Roberts is grabbed by Ta'ai. And then a penalty. He had played advantage, so Samoa, they could go for goal and get it to 8-6, or they can look for the converted try.
No, play on.
There it is. Pulatua brings it back towards the posts. Can't offload.
On the line.
5 minutes from the line. See you! Has had a little look at the line, but that's all he did. Didn't get over. They'll go over this time. Not as easy as you like. Tony Pulatua, Tonga claim. that Terrence CU took the markers out, but they've awarded the try and it's gone to big Tony Pulatua. Got a net to give Samoa a 6-point lead. It's the first time they've been in front in the contest. Tries either side of half-time, and that is the story here at Parramatta. Samoa 12, Tonga 6, and it is Samoa in front by a converted try. You still wouldn't say they have any dominance in the game, but on the scoreboard, that's what counts most. Here's Maguire again, boys. He's picked up. He's driven by 4. Josh Maguire. Now Pulatua. I don't know whether I can recall one player receiving so much treatment in a game as what the man that likes to call himself the Big Show. Here he goes again, Josh Maguire.
Well, they're filthy on him, aren't they? They've absolutely given it to him.
Now back inside with Hansen. He's up to the 40 for Samoa. There's a bit of discipline about their attack at the moment, real purpose about Samoa. As Roberts, that was a clinical set of 6 from them. To these wingers going across field, I don't like their future. To Inavai.
But it is a fact. I mean, Ben Roberts' kicking game is really what's turned this contest around. Tonga were going the better in the first half, and
well, that helps.
yeah,
That was 3 tackles down the tubes for Tonga. They were going nowhere, and they got a penalty.
I reckon there are 3 or 4 kicks, Wally, that Roberts has put in that's virtually changed the momentum of the game, hasn't it? It's just turned the other side around. That's what Wally used to do to New South Wales back in the 80s. Was just stand back there and he'd kick, then he'd kick,
And then wait behind, let the blokes all run up and do the tackling.
then he'd kick,
Wait till it came 50 metres downfield.
then he wouldn't kick.
And then have a word in Gomasol's ear and say they're offside, Barry.
Come on, Barry.
They're offside,
Come on,
Barry.
Barry, give us another one.
You saw a shot there before of David Solomona limping. It may be the last football we've seen of him today.
I heard Wally tell a story once that he was in an Origin game and Barry Gomersall gave a penalty to New South Wales, and Wally went up and complained, and Barry said, "But Wally, we've had the last 5.
Wait, go.
I've heard a couple of them, Gus. I guess one that I've got to put my hand up and say, yes, it was true.
Hold.
I was supposed to have asked for a penalty. Barry actually penalised me. I asked what it was for, and he said you were yelling too loud. They could hear you.
Move, 5.
That was the claim.
Halfway to play it. And back to Paya. Kick well taken by Melly. I'll say this about the late Barry Gomersall, a champion bloke. Off the field, an absolute champion. Did make the admission once that he didn't know all the rules either. Going in an Origin game, that was fair enough, he knew most of them. As the Samoans go over the top, there was a chance there for Okati to take it on the toe. Tonga have come up with the ball 20 metres out.
He refereed by field.
Wonderful chance to get back to 12-all. Mateo offloads, and there is Waiselli. Holds it up. The Samoan defence put to the test here as Tonga took a run at them. 5 metres away. Back to the left. Mateo flat to Faoso. And Faoso slides to within 5 of the line. Tonga again. They'll go for a little dummy half play. Tafaro keeps it alive. Paya's got a big chance. Eddie Paya. Top of his head's over the line. But not the ball. Dummy half. And he'll have a crack again. Tafaro. Last tackle for Tonga. The men on the right screaming for the football. It may get there this time. Mateo throws it flat off the shoulder of Tonga. And Samoa hang on. And for Tongi Tuanavai on the outside, he could see the line if only he could get the ball.
There was a bit of a play there for Lenny Mateo. He shaped the kick and then a bit of a goose step as Samoa lose the ball. Put a bit of a goose step and then threw a bullet-like pass. But they've got another opportunity now.
Have they what? And it's with Akuma Ta'ai. He's lost it. Picked up by Melly. Now that's got to be Samoa over the sideline. So I don't know whether he knocked it on there. Ta'ai. It appeared to go back, and Melly just took very little interest in advancing the ball.
Well, he's given the scrum feed to Samoa, and I agree with you. I think he has passed backwards there. It was picked up by the Samoan winger. Let's have a look. No, he says, well, the ball's gone backwards.
Maybe.
Probably lost it. Doesn't matter.
It's Melly's a lot more hair than when we saw him last two.
Listen to the crowd. They're right into this. Right into it. All this chanting and singing was going on an hour before the game. Out the back on the eastern side of the ground, there were tents out there and barbecues and meals and music. Great atmosphere.
I can get some news for you on the Samoan side. I've written off David Solomona. I thought the shot of him on the bench limping. He's back ready to come on. He's about to go back into the action. Here's Tafua for Samoa. Outside the 30. And Solomona is on for Lauatiti. I don't think either of those two players is 100%. But they're giving what they can for Samoa here. As Hansen arrested in the tackle there by Faoso. On their 40-metre line now, Samoa. Pulatua, their try scorer, who's got them in front. And he's over halfway, and then on his hands and knees for another 4 metres. Little see you at dummy half. To the right side with Godinet. Little show of the ball, Benji Marshall style, then fielded by Winterstein. And the Celtic Crusader is tackled 38 metres from the Tongan line. Last tackle, Samoa. Roberts will kick again, and this one is over the head, not his best. And that will be a 20-metre restart. When he first got it, looked like he was going to kick for the corner, and then got it way too hard off the boot and well over the head of the fullback, Waiselli.
Might have been just one of those ones. We'll kick it out and have a break before we have to tackle again. I think everyone's having a little bit of a rest. This last 15 minutes will get tough for both sides because there's some big boys out there with a bit of condition on them. They'll get very, very tired late in the piece.
So the Tongans in possession, and the hard day for the wingers continues. To Navai push back, 32 metres out from the line. I just don't know whether there's the same spirited charges coming from Tonga now. They're playing a little flatter. Here's Mateo. He gets up to halfway as they get ready to send Fafita back out there. Well, he can have an impact. He will look to run at them and run hard. Last tackle now for the Tongans. 40 metres from the Samoan line. Mateo wants it. They rush up on him. Mateo gets a high kick in. Tongane is underneath it. Tongane able to take it. And then do a bit of a dance and get over the 10-metre line and get back to the 20. You can see again by that sliding the slippery surface here at Parramatta. A result of many hours of steady rain. 25 metres out from the Samoan line. And this time with CUC. Only had the 4 games for Manly in the top grade this year. And a little dart there by Godinet, the halfback. He's doing a few more things in their second half. A bit more confidence about him. Roberts kicks from 5 metres inside his own half. Here's another one of those great kicks, Gus. Ben Roberts. It's a 50-metre gain. It was from outside the 40, but it's huge in the context of this game for Samoa. Easy metres made and a wonderful kick from Ben Roberts.
It's been the right kick at the right time, most of the time. He's just got his team on the front foot. He's just outside the 40, but hooks it back nicely, gets a little bit of run and skid on the ball, and perfectly weighted. And that'll give his team another breather before they have to defend again. Got net. Another one from the Auckland Vulcans.
Almost gambling, making a play at the ball, trying to kick it back into play. I don't think he had any idea actually whether it was a 40-20 or not. He's doing his best to try and make contact just in case. Very lucky in the end.
You'd have liked the 40-20 option in your day, Rolly, wouldn't you?
I mean, handy, especially a Barry Gomersall referee.
Here's Fafita with one of those angled runs. That is his trademark, and by gee, makes some ground, Fafita.
Well, he's going to be damaging when he grows up, isn't he? I mean, he's only a baby at the moment, and he's really throwing his weight around now, even at the NRL level. So the more they grow in confidence, the bigger they seem to get.
Well, I'll tell you the story about him when he came down from Griffith with his brother David and turned up at a Roosters trial day. They both weighed 130 kilos as here Tonga go wide out to Lassie. Lassie will get inside the Samoan half, but they turned up and the Roosters official said, what do you want, boys? What position do you play? And the two boys said, we play wing. So they said, fair enough, off you go. And they finished the trial and they said, boys, you went well, but go back to the bush, get a little fitter, and we'll see what happens down the track. Well, a few years on, they come back, and Fafita is stripped down to around 110 kilos. And his brother is coming along at Right Eastwood, Balmain Right Eastwood as well. But Fafita, 22 games in first grade. Give him another off-season of training, Gus, and the experience he's gained this year. You're talking potential real star of our game.
See a lot of that with the kids. They get very, very big early in their careers. Not taking it seriously, not eating the right way or training, and they do get out to enormous sizes, and it takes a fair bit of dedication and a real change in their lifestyle to get back to peak physical fitness. And it doesn't happen overnight. It takes 2 or 3 off seasons to make the change in your attitude and the way you live. But full credit to them when they do it.
Tafua to play the ball here for Samoa. 45 metres out from their own line, scooped up there by Yosefa. He's back on now. Try scorer from the first half for Samoa. Pulatua wanted a quick play the ball. They had hold of the leg there. Masada Yosefa contemplated a kick there. He's inside the 40 and back slam. Nice work. And Fafita involved in that tackle. Last it is for Samoa. High ball from Roberts. It's next to the upright, fielded by Waiseli. He knew what was going on there. Get a 20-metre restart.
What's the other boy's name there at the Tigers? He came down.
Fafita.
No, the other boy at the Tigers came down from the schoolboy team.
Yeah, James Murdoch.
James Murdoch, yeah.
Yeah, well, he's a story too. I mean, he was up around 135, and they just attacked his nutrition. Greg Lenton, the coach up there at Keebra Park, said, look, we'll just look at your diet. Just without doing any extra training, we'll get you down 15 kilos. They did that. And he's lost another 15 after that. I mean, that's dedication. That's hard work as well.
Absolutely. Anthony Tupou was another story. He came to the Roosters with enormous size and lost 25 kilos. Ended up playing for Australia.
Faro to play the ball here for Tonga. 38 metres out from the line. Mateo on to Paya. Nice little dart there. Quick hands. Mateo. Here's Tonga at their best. Mateo 15 metres out from the line. And is offloaded. The ball with Akate. And he's held by the defence. Getting across was Piscini. The Tongan fans, they're all on edge now as they try a rush at them. But it's Alovili who is held up. Still for them. Piscini goes back. Kick needed across field by Mateo. It'll come down in goal. Back goes Hansen. The ball's off him. And they just want to check this. Harrison Hansen. Well, yes, they tackled in the air. Well, is what he wants to check.
I think he was tackled after he dropped it. I don't think the tackle in the air caused the fumble.
That's what we're checking.
He jumped up.
That's what we're checking.
Dropped it. I'm pretty sure. Jumps up, drops it. Oh, well, yeah, simultaneous. It looks worse in slow motion. Nicky Paya got a touch on him.
I don't think he was injured from the contact from the Tongans. He was injured by the way in which he fell.
Yes.
And Roberts with the Samoan team getting the penalty. He's kicking for line. It may not find it, only just. It just sailed and floated over the head of Atili Akati out there for Tonga. So a let off for Samoa. Would have been a line drop out there with the Tongans with their tails up and the crowd into the game. 12 points to 6 as we get into the final quarter now. 6 has been the biggest margin in the match for either side.
Straight up on me.
Samoa 42 metres from their line. Yosefa and on to Pulatua. He's a little flat too. Maybe some of the surging runs have gone from them as well now. Tongane this time gets to dummy half. On for Ben Roberts. A cutout ball out wide for Solomona. Good pass on to Carmont. George Carmont support inside. It is Lalo Tongane to score for Samoa. Now we have the biggest lead of the match. Samoa lead by 10. It ain't over, but it's a good advantage. 16 points to 6.
And a little bit of class in this try. Firstly, the short pass from David Solomona. A little bit of a double pump to put Georgie Carmont into a hole. Carmont then had some work to do to find space of his own. Lovely little pass there. Carmont gets into the backfield, then slows down nicely to pick up Tongane coming from the back. Tongane from South Logan up in the Brisbane competition. The good work there from Solomona and Carmont to set it up for their fullback, Wally. Nice play.
Yeah,
Very good work. They weren't short of defenders.
So got in it for the 2 converted try lead here for Samoa. He's got it again. The number 2 choice kicker has done well. 18 points to 6. Samoa lead Tonga. Samoa with a good advantage here. 12 points the margin, but some telling few minutes there leading up to that 3rd try for them. Harrison Hansen, it could have been a line dropout for Samoa at the other end of the field with Tonga on the charge. The men in red and white, they're not out of it, but they would love possession right now. 16 and a half to go. And Samoa on tackle number 2 on their own 20. Yosefa to pull it to her. He's really started to lead from the front. The number of hit-ups he's performed. In fact, he leads the count this afternoon with 15 for Samoa. He stepped up in the second half. And they now got in it. On they go with Paulo. Joseph Paulo over the 40-metre line for Samoa. Putting a bit of pressure. They're starting to stretch the Tongan defence. Chance to go back to the left now. And upcoming for a big hit, Mickey Paya didn't quite pull it off there. Last tackle for Samoa. In position to kick. Roberts again. He had maybe just a little fumble. Ended up going for the kicker of the low variety. Waiseli with the ball. And Etu Waiseli, risky pass. Oh, Tuanavai has to go back for it. Now for Tongi Tuanavai. Well, he does a good job, doesn't he? For Tongi Tuanavai. Saves the bacon of Tonga there. As they work their way out of trouble 35 metres from their own line. That would have been curtains if Samoa score. Now with Lousy. You heard the oomph in that tackle of Paulo getting up first. Yolatu sends them left with Mateo and then on for Alovili. 5 metres inside the Samoan half on tackle number 4. Mateo wants to go back the short side again. It's dangerous in slippery conditions when you get close to the sideline. Last tackle, Mateo's taken out of the play then. It goes across with Leolatu. Epalahami Luaki with a nice ball on the outside to Tonga. He kicks. It goes all the way to the corner. Pressure here on Tonga. He's over the dead ball line. Good result, Tonga. And shrewd play from Epalahami Luaki there to spread it. On the last tackle, he knew what was on.
It was a lovely spiral pass, wasn't it? Found the mark and well-executed kick there from Tonga. Lovely ball there. And Tonga, what's this? Weights it perfectly. Keeps it away from the sideline, just pulls up inside the dead ball line, and he follows through to complete his work. Get the ball back for his team. Anthony Watmar looks as though the Australian squad has arrived for their game against PNG this afternoon.
Pretty sure the young bloke Tongi is off to the Sharks next season.
Wait, go.
So Tonga with the ball, and now Fayoso.
Only 21 years of age, currently playing with the Junee Diesels. Sione Tongia.
In fact, I think what Tongi is mixed up. I think Ryan Tongia, who will play for Papua New Guinea, is off to the Sharks. So
Impact on the
easy
ball.
mistake to make. There's a lot of Tongias out there. Looking sharp.
Was he injured? Why didn't he play today?
Go.
Couldn't tell you, Gus. But he's here to support the comrades. Mind you, the front rowers they've got have gone strong. You can't pick them all. Tafua, his brother Tony, Josh Maguire.
Go.
Got a few of them. As Samoa out from inside their 40. Their football has been big improvement this second half. Now a loose ball. As Epalahami Luaki came up with a tackle on Yosefa. It's gone back. Little loose here from Tonga. Sione Tonga. He's been knocked off his feet by Paulo. And Tonga have the ball 49 metres out from their own line. And now with Waiseli. He gets it back into Samoan territory at 18 points to 6. 12 and a half to go. Fayoso with one of those runs, but can't offload. And it took a pretty decent ball and all tackle to stop him going any further. Tonga, 35 metres from the line. This time with Paya. Paya advances them by another 10 metres. They're getting down into the Samoan danger zone here. Ball across with Tafaro. And is held up short there for Ta'ai. Ta'ai looking to offload left and right. Can't do it. 15 from the Samoan line. Quick play the ball. Off goes Leolatu. Mateo, he needs an offload right now, and again the defence is solid. Come on over the top. Last tackle for Tonga. There with Leolatu on for Tafaro. His kick across field, looking for Lausi. Lausi was there, doesn't come up with the ball. And Samoa do with Panisi. Panisi takes off downfield, and then manhandled by Akati. But Samoa with Roberts, and now for Witterstein. Good counter-attack. First time we've really seen the skills of Panisi on the right wing for Samoa today. He's shown us he's got a bit of toe. 45 metres now from the Tongan line with 11.5 minutes to go. Ball with Godinet, stretching it out for Solomona. Solomona out to Hansen. Hansen on to Carmont. Carmont has got it turned around. George Carmont. Chicken George Carmont scores for Samoa. Their fans go up. They have put together 4 straight tries in this match and 3 in the second half. And George Carmont has had a pretty big hand in 2 of them.
Now, since he took over the goal kicking, this young lad, he's kicked 3 out of 3, and he's struck them all pretty good. Pretty much with the ease of someone who's very comfortable in the role. This is his hardest kick to date.
You going to back him?
Eh?
Back him in?
He has struck them well.
Are you going to back him in?
I'm backing him in.
There we go. Got a net with Gus's cash on him. Got a net. He's hooked it to the left. And 16 points is the lead with 9 to go. Samoa 22, Tonga 6. And they've called for the super duper kicking tee for Feleti Mateo. Here he goes. And he goes low and hard, but not hard enough. George Carmont fielding the kick-off for Samoa. Score was 6-0 to Tonga. 6 minutes out from half-time. Samoa got it back to 6-4. Then 6-all right on half-time, but the second half prize, then the 48th minute, the 62nd, and the 70th minute. That was the last meeting, the World Cup in 2008. It was 20 points to 12. So margin 8 on that day. And still a chance we could end up with something in that vicinity today. But Tonga will need to score next. As back for Godinet to kick. And you heard the call outside the 40, and then off the chest of Etu Waiseli. He's with the ball for Tonga. And across field, that has worried me all day. Look at this. Look at this. They are feeding on them. Tuanavi. He's not long for this world. Tuanavi in this tackle. They lose 20 metres on the play. And now they come up again. And before they know it, it'll be tackle number 3. And they'll still be 3 and 4 metres out from their own line.
Well, they're making more ground without the ball.
Please get the message through. Run straight. Their wingers, their fullback. Just run it straight. Tuck it under the wing. Loaki. That's a good run. Back over the 20. Epalahame has done his best for his team. Leolatu. Hard pass put down by Fayoso. Well, his hands have deserted him at times today. Fayoso, he's done some huge runs, but at other times his hands have turned to dust.
We need Epalahame Luaki back in the NRL, don't we, Bossy?
Look, I think he's got a lot to offer. I think the Super League are the beneficiaries of Epalahame Luaki playing, but I think he's a young man. Here he is running up again. He's got a bit of personality about him. I like him. Would you want to mess with him, Gus? Epalahame Luaki?
Let's go.
No, I'd just let him through.
You know, if you're at a shopping centre and there's one spot to be had, you'd let him have it.
Well, it'd be easier to tackle from behind than in front, I think. I'd rather be chasing him than having running at me.
Samoa with the ball and Joseph Paulo. 25 metres out from this Tongan line at 22-6. I don't think Tonga deserved to lose by any more than 16. I think they were the better side in the first half, and yet still only had the score line at 6-all. I don't think the game has been one that deserves to show up a bit of a tallying on the scoreboard, although Samoa have been good in the second half. That's been put down by Konmika, and Tafaro comes up with it. Maybe now's the time to throw it around, even though the rain continues. Intercept, and away went little Godinet, but penalty penalty to Tonga.
No advantage.
And
tackle,
Mr. Silverwood onto it.
No advantage.
Suddenly he's the hero of Tonga and the enemy of Samoa. That is the referee's life. 20 penalties in the game. So Tonga, can they come up with something special in the final 6 minutes of this game? It'd be great for their fans if they could be the last scorers in the match. Across for the restart, and Tavita Leolatu, he ran with plenty of determination there from the restart, kicking the legs around, was tackled by Melly. And Francis Melly's hair's grown during the game. He's just had water and it's got a lot bigger. The afro on the head of the winger for Samoa, Francis Melly. Just an observation. It's been a long season though. And here's the Tongans with Tafaro.
Wish I'd have known how to achieve that.
You can work the sideline later. Ball's with Fayoso. Test my theory. Ball is with Ta'ai. And the man Brad Fittler likes to call Pat is tackled 25 metres out from the Samoan line. Now Tafaro goes to Mateo. Mateo's kick is covered up by Passini. And Passini is tackled 10 away from the line. Big thrill for Tenielu Passini playing in this country. Ball comes loose. Maguire's onto it. He's had enough running today. Offloads there to Mika. But Mika's 15 metres out from his own line for Samoa.
Go 0.
So now they will just tuck it under the arm for this one. They don't need to score points as Paulo is tackled. Tonga can only hope to force another error. Maguire will take another run and up they come on Maguire again. Here we go. Same story. 3 on him. It's like they've got a vendetta against Josh Maguire. But he's kept on going. Put his hand up to play for Samoa. He's got a few bruises to show for it. Put down by Lauatiti. That was good pressure from Tavita Leolatu. He's a real terrier. Tavita Leolatu.
Well, they've played the whole game with plenty of enthusiasm, haven't they? They've been intense and spirited, and the scoreboard hasn't affected their thinking. A couple of little class plays from Samoa has made the difference, but the likes of Solomona and George Carmine have come up with big plays. But on an emotional level, there's really been no backing off from Tonga.
Now Mateo will try something on the first tackle, and it's not a good kick. It was not long enough, not well placed, and they lose the use of a full set of 6, and Samoa have the ball back. It had to be tried at this stage, but the execution was very poor. So Samoa back in possession, 28 metres out from their own line, leading 22-6 with just over 3 minutes remaining. And as they did in 2008, they're going to walk away with the spoils here. Just over the 30-metre line.
Wales beat France overnight, Vossi. That's an important win because they go into next year's Four Nations competition.
Yeah, and I just wonder whether it will mean that matches will be played in Wales as well. I think to get the full benefit of the Four Nations being played in Great Britain, I think you'd have to take, I would like to think, you'd take Wales' first game over to even Millennium Stadium, really pump it up as good as you could.
Yeah, well, I was reading a press release overnight and they were saying in Wales they would like a mid-season test match against one of the big 3 countries before they get to the Four Nations next year. And there's a lot of happy people there for Welsh Rugby League, which has been through some dark times, but they beat the French last night in France. Yeston Harris said it was the greatest win in Welsh Rugby League history.
Well, I was at the Wales match, the Welsh match in the 2000 World Cup at Millennium. First match ever indoors when they took on New Zealand. Big occasion for them. I think they've progressed since then. Four Nations will be the next step for them. Here they go. Tonga with a chance, and Lousy up-caved the defence off the line.
If there's a game in Wales, you and I will go, Rossi.
Absolutely.
He's still over the ball. He's still over the ball.
So penalty, but we have an injured player. Yes, the doubleheader they played at the 2000 World Cup. The first match was Lebanon and Cook Islands. The first match of rugby league ever indoors was Cook Islands versus Lebanon. Good trivia question. And Hazem El Masri playing for Lebanon kicked a goal to level up. I think 22-all was the full-time score, and then that led into Wales playing New Zealand in the main match. But I've got to be truthful. For the first game, Lebanon, Cook Islands, the crowd would have been 2,500 in an 80,000 indoor stadium. It was quite a surreal atmosphere, Gus. I wish you were there. I wish you were there.
Was that the year we went to Old Trafford and called the final?
Yes, it was.
That was a thrill.
Oh, greatest moment ever, really. Calling out in the crowd. Wally, the commentary boxes, there's no commentary boxes. You just sit out in the crowd and you call the game. It was fantastic. In the theatre of dreams.
Atmosphere of English and international rugby league is fantastic, especially in the Northern Hemisphere.
Yeah. So anyway, the action is with Tonga. Not to mention when we went up to Hull, the old boulevard, Wally, what a ground that was. Ball is fielded here by Ben Roberts. And Samoa have possession with 90 seconds to go. We'll walk down memory lane there, Gus. Remember when you turned up at Reebok Stadium to watch England play New Zealand in the semi and you said it's the first time you've ever called a game in a cloud?
That's it.
It's just this cloud, the stadium there. Amazing place, Reebok Stadium.
Where was the George Hotel? Where was that?
That's in Huddersfield. Huddersfield. I had a pie there that was the size of a hubcap. And the ball with Maguire, and again up they come. No change on Josh Maguire.
That's where rugby league started, isn't it? The George Hotel.
That's it, and there's a little plaque to commemorate that. I was a bit disappointed with that. I was a bit underwhelmed by the historic nature of the George Hotel. I've driven many kilometres to get there and got a pie the size of a hubcap and saw a little plaque.
What did you want, a statue or something?
Well, I thought there'd be a little more.
A monument.
And final minutes of the match now as Samoa takes the run for Tonga against Samoa. Got it off to Tuanavai. Tuanavai is inside the 40. Final 20 seconds at 22-6. And the Tongans go left with Mateo. Hasn't been able to get his offloads quite working. He did get one away there though. Lousy now with support. He goes himself. Sione Lousy intercept. And now the chance is with Samoa. And the Tongan scramble gets across. And that will complete the contest. And bragging rights, and their strong bragging rights at that, will remain with the men in blue and white of Samoa. And that is where we will leave the action. We hope you've enjoyed it here at Parramatta Stadium. Samoa with a victory in a highly entertaining contest. Love the hits, love the action. Samoa 22 defeating Tonga 6.
This has been another presentation from Nine's Wide World of Sports.